Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Jai Shri Ram. Welcome to our next episode in our complete reading of Srimad Valmiki Ramayana. In the previous episode, we saw how many Vanaras came to the place where Sugriva and Sri Ramachandra were there. Sugriva orders them to get some rest and get back. So they all go there. Now Sugriva now looks at Sri Ramachandra and says, "Oh Sri Ramachandra, all these Vanaras are here for your service. Please give your orders." And then he hugs Sugriva and he says, "Oh Sugriva, we need to understand whether Sita Ma is alive or not. Hence, we also need to understand as to where Ravana is living right now. So, once we know where Ravana is, how Sita Ma is, I can immediately tell you as to what we should be doing. But now, we will have to first search for Sita Ma, and neither me nor Lakshmana are capable enough to do that. We need really your help. You are the person who has got the samardhata to do it. So you go ahead and you only order all your troops on how they can go and find Sita Ma, and then they can come back and inform us. So you go ahead and give your orders." Now Sri Ramachandra did say these words, but I am sure he himself would not have been ready for what was coming next, because Sugriva immediately starts off and he calls a huge Vanara called Vinuta. That's the name of that Vanara. So he calls him. Vinuta comes, and then Sugriva is saying, "You take 1 lakh Vanaras with you, and you have to now search for Sita Ma in the east direction." Now this much anyone can tell, but what Sugriva says after this, that's very, very interesting. He is saying, "Tatra Sitam cha Vaidehim nilayam Ravanasya margadhvam giridurkeshu vaneshu nadisya." So you start searching in the forests, in the rivers which are in the eastern direction, and now he is giving this set of all the rivers which are there in the east side. He is saying you have to search in the rivers Ganga, Sarayu, Kausiki, Yamuna, Saraswati, Sindhu, and from there you have to go to the Shonada Nadi and then Yamuna Nadi, and from there you have to go and search in the Mahi Nadi or Mahi Nadi, and then there is another beautiful river which is called as Kalamahi Nadi. You have to go and search for it, and then you have to go to the following countries. So Brahmamala, Videha, Malava, Kasi, Kosala, Pundra, Anga, and then Magadha. You have to go to a place called Koshakara Rajya, and that is a place which has got huge gold and silver mines. So you have to go there and search. After this, you will get a sea. Again, the Vanaras who have come to this, who have come near Sugriva, they can actually go in water also. Sugriva actually tells this to Sri Ramachandra also, that these Vanaras who have come here, they can actually swim in the oceans, they can cross rivers without any trouble, they can fly, they can fight wars, and also Sugriva has picked up such Vanaras for these tasks. So he is telling here, "Oh Vanaras, go to the sea, and in the sea there are a few mountains which are inside the sea. So you'll have to go there, and then you have to go to the Mandara Parvata, and there are some people who live there. Some of those will not have ears, and for some other people their lips are the ears themselves, and some of these people's faces will be like iron faces, but these people are very, very fast. They have got extremely good agility. For some they have only 1 feet, and you would see some people, they can't be killed, and those people instead kill humans. Indeed, some of these people's heads will be very, very long, and some of them would look very, very nice and beautiful. So some of these people who live in these islands in the middle of the sea, they will be eating raw fish. Okay, and then some people who are called as Naravyagras, they will be walking in the middle of these seas. Okay, and you will have to go and search in all these places, wonder as to how you should be going there. To some places you have to create rafts and go, but to some places you can directly fly and go. And then he is telling, you have got to go to a few islands, and one of those islands is having 7 kingdoms, that's called as Yavadvipa. And then there is a island which is filled with golden mines, which is called as Suvarna Dvipa. Then there is a Rajata Dvipa. As I told you, the Yavadvipa is there. Once you cross Yavadvipa, then you would be seeing a place called Shishira. That's a mountain called Shishira, and here this mountain is so tall that it would even be touching the heavens. So here you will find a lot of Parvata Durgas, means forts made of mountains, and then you'll be finding a lot of wonderful waterfalls also are found here. Here go and search for Sita. And he is not stopping here. We are still in the eastern direction, and he is saying from there you have to go to a place called Shona River. That river's water is red. There you will find a sea, and you'll have to cross that sea, and that is the place where Siddhas and Charanas live. And there you have got a beautiful forest. Go there and search for Ravana. And then there are some very dangerous samudra dvipas or sea islands, okay, and they make huge sounds, but go and search in that sea. And then once you go there in that sea, you will find people or rakshasas with huge bodies, and anyone who is coming near them, they'll catch hold of that person's chaya or that person's shadow, and they pull them towards them and eat. And then from there you have to go to a river called Lohita, and from there you can see a huge tree which is also called as the Kota Salmali tree. You would be able to see it, and from there you will be seeing Garutmanta's home. So once you see this Kota Salmali tree, you would be seeing a wonderful house which is like Kailasa Parvata. That is the Garutmanta's house, and that was built by Vishwakarma. And after this you would be seeing huge mountains, and there you will see people also who are like having the bodies as if they are mountains. So these are actually Rakshasas. They'll be creating terror in the hearts of people. And as I told you, you'll be seeing huge mountains there. From these mountains, these Rakshasas whose bodies also look like mountains, they'll be hanging there. So don't get feared by these ones. These Rakshasas are called as Mundeha or Mandeha, and they say that these Rakshasas are the people who try to stop Suryodaya also. And every day they get hit by the rays of Surya, and they'll fall into these oceans, and then they'll again come back, and they get onto these tops of these huge mountains. And from there you'll have to move ahead, and there you would be seeing a completely white sea that's called as Kshira Samudra. In the middle of Kshira Samudra there is a huge mountain called Rishabha, that's also white in color. There you would be seeing huge trees, and then you would also see lotuses made of silver, and then you would also see wonderful swans over there. You can go there, and from there you have to move ahead. But before you move ahead, you please realize that Devatas, Charanas, Yakshas, Kinnaras, and even Vanaras, they all go to this place and they play there. Okay, and from there, once you cross the Kshira Samudra, you would be seeing Jala Samudra. This Jala Samudra, this is food for the Ashwamukha Tejas, which was created by Aurva Rishi. Okay, and this water is the food for the Tejas. That's what people say. And then you will have to move ahead from there. Now look at the amount of knowledge that Sugriva is having on the eastern part of the world. Once you go there, you would see a huge fire that's over there, and from there you would hear the shouts and cries of pranis who are there in the sea, because they are not able to do anything about this. When you are crossing this ocean, on the northern side of the ocean, you would see a huge mountain which is 13 yojanas wide. That mountain would be shining in golden color, and that's called as Jata Rupa Shila. And there you would be seeing Adisheshu, okay, who is handling the entire weight of the earth. You'll have to respect him, do a prostration to him. He would be wearing a black color cloth, and from there you would be seeing a huge tree which has got a Vedika or a stage on three sides of it. And this Tala Vriksha is normally like these, we call it Tati in Telugu. You find these trees on which they make an alcohol that comes out of out of this tree. That's the Tala Vriksha. In the olden days, they used to use these the leaves of this tree to make houses and all. That's the Tala Vriksha. He's saying that there is a golden Tala Vriksha, and this is in the middle of that Mahaparvata. And you can see that on the eastern side of this Tala Vriksha, the gods are there, and beyond this you will be seeing a golden Udaya Parvata, and this is 100 yojanas wide. This is a wonderful tree. When you would see the shikhara of a mountain, the topmost part of the mountain or the summit of the mountain, that's golden in color, that's called as Saumanasa, and that is 1 yojana in width and 10 yojanas in height. And here, this is the mountain. The Saumanasa is the mountain of the Saumanasa Sikhara, is the place where Sri Mahavishnu put one of his feet during his Trivikrama Avatara. The second foot was put on the Meru Parvata, and once you reach here, you will be seeing a huge Meru on the south as well. And from here, you will also see the Vaikhanasa and Valakilya Maharshis also you will be seeing here. And oh Vanaras, this is the last point probably on the east. Once you see this, you go there, you search, and we believe that even the Surya Bhagavan resides in this place, and you will have to search this entire mountain. Okay, this is the first place on which the rays of sun fall on the earth. So since the rays come here first, this is also called as the Purvadik, and this is the last point. You search till here. Beyond this you can't go, because nobody can cross this point and go, because beyond this point it's always dark. Whatever places I told, go till this Udaya Parvata. You can go only till there and search every inch, and you'll have to complete this entire search in 1 month, and you have to come back within 1 month. And if you are coming after a month, I am going to put you to death. So come back in 1 month, he says, and he sends away the first batch of Vanaras, and now he is picking up his second batch of Vanaras. Now whom does he pick for his second batch, and in which direction would he send them? That is something for us to see in our next episode. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. सर्वं श्रीशासनरास्वामी चरणारविन्दार्पणमस्तु. स्वस्ति. जय श्रीराम.